I'm Jason Mraz, and this is On Canvas with Pop Flash. So I think I'm attempting to draw myself, right? Or some happy version of myself. Today for breakfast, I had an apple, a little shot of Vitamineral Green, and then I had a Nespresso in my little hotel espresso machine. And I did have a bite of carrot cake, because why not? I'm not really sure what to do with my hair. All right, I'm gonna try this. In my hometown of Richmond, Virginia, I do a program every summer called Live Art. And Live Art is an all-inclusive arts program. The through line is for all students is that they love performing arts. But we mix up the medium, so we might dance with paint. So dancing with paint is a little different. So that was the last time I painted. I wasn't dancing, but I was blindfolded. So I had to paint blindfolded and kind of feel my way around the canvas, and it actually came out very, very cool, painting with another student. But that was about 3 weeks ago. So this is the first time I painted with my eyes open in many years. I'm gonna make my self-portrait somewhat cat-like. I used to go to school with a kid who said he was a cat, and everybody made fun of him. Or at least they treated him differently. But now I wish I had been more friends with him, because cats are great. Even though I'm doing this with a pencil to get started, but I'm sure I'm gonna screw it up when I add paint. I'm gonna do a little one of these with small shoulders. I like it. All right, let's use paint. I don't know yet. I don't even know what vermilion is, but I'm curious about it, so let's try it. I'm gonna also look at emerald green. Oh, there's a viridian. Let's see what viridian does. Viridian is a kind of green. I don't know that I'm actually gonna settle on these colors here. Ooh, ultramarine. Very nice. Gosh, I wonder if it's worth starting with a Sharpie and just doing the hard outlines. Possibly. This first part of any creative process is you just have to show up. It's easy to say, well, I don't have all the right colors, I don't have all the right stuff. You just have to start, and eventually you get the tools, and eventually your tools are always ready because you have that practice of showing up. So for me in music, it's making sure I get the guitar out and sitting down, or making sure I am writing in my journal and filling up my book with some thoughts. I vaguely had this idea that I was going to do, this close-up self-portrait of myself, but I didn't really know what the rest of myself looked like. And I'm feeling very cat-like, meaning I wish I was asleep right now. And if I was a cat, I could be, but that would be a much different show. But occasionally I have an idea of a song title or a phrase that I want to use. One of my newest songs is called Have It All, and the opening phrase is, "May you have auspiciousness and causes of success." And I thought that phrase right there, it already has a rhythm to it, it already has a mouthful about it. I want to use that more often in my life, so I took to my journal and I wrote, "May you have auspiciousness and causes of success." Where can I go from here? Well, let's repeat that rhythm and see if we can make it rhyme. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. When you paint your self-portrait of a cat, try not to make a mess. All right, here comes the water bowl. I like painting, but it's the painting part that's the most difficult. My working title for this record was Masterpiece. So I started out on this record process thinking, okay, what can I offer through music and song that contributes to world peace or inner peace, some version of peace. I wanted to cause peace in the world. My wife also is a very, very big inspiration to me because I just want to make her smile. And there are certain kinds of songs that make her smile. That's a terrible banjo head with a fish on it. And so the record actually changed from Masterpiece to being called No, because No is the follow-up to Yes, which came out in 2014. No was able to hold the concept of Masterpiece inside of it. Boop. Wow. Did a fourth grader do this painting? I need to start making a mess. I really do. I apologize in advance. This is gonna not be pretty. Here we go. I think the more the better. Let's just get it on there. Did you ever watch one of those painting shows and then you think right in the middle of it, no, you're screwing it up. And then he comes back later and he saves the day with some brilliant move. I'm really hoping that one of those happens in this. I kind of look like a goat right now. This does not look like a cat. My current favorite track off the new album, I released a reggae version of Have It All. Have It All is the single. The first song is track 2 on the album. It's a happy tune, but just when you thought it couldn't get any happier, the reggae version comes out. Super dubby, super happy. Love me some reggae, super dub reggae. Feeling like that hat is meant to be green. Really slap it on there. Don't be afraid to use paint. All right, there's my visor. Most memorable show in my career. I played Albert Hall several times, but typically shows, if they go well, are not memorable to me. The memorable shows to me are when I get to play in cafes or out there kind of places. Like, cafes are great. I still play at this place called Java Joe's in San Diego, which holds about 80 people. I think the hat's gonna be vermilion. I think that's what we're gonna do. I probably should have painted the background first because it's gonna be really hard to paint the background. It's looking pretty good. Yeah. Is this gonna be for auction or something like that? People can bid on this or something? A contest? Well, I'm gonna enter because I want my wife to have this. Okay, I'm sweating the details. I'm really sweating the details. I don't want to have to do it, but I've got to just go for it here. I make that sound anytime I squeeze a tube of anything. Toothpaste, paint. I'm really glad I went with the burnt umber, or the burnt sienna and the raw umber, which I've invented now as the burnt umber. But I just realized that if I'd have done the nose bridge the opposite way, I could have put a J right in the middle of my face. But you can't win them all. Oh, I think my wife's my biggest fan. That maybe my parents, my dad, big fan. We'll go places, and people say, "Where are you guys from? Are you guys just visiting town?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're just passing through." I was like, "Well, what do you guys do?" I was like, "Oh, we're just passing through." You know, I just kind of brush it under the table. Not my dad. He's like, "Oh no, you're talking to 2-time Grammy Award winner Jason Mraz right there. Yep, he's a big pop star, goes all around the planet singing songs." I'm like, "Dad, please." He's like, "Well, you may not be proud, but I'm proud." So that qualifies Dad as biggest fan, and I appreciate that. I do. I'm tickled by that. Let's get some final details in here. We got the ear piece. A simple pleasure. The snooze button. And I love that simple pleasure so much, I even abuse the snooze. Whew. It's a simple pleasure, all right. All right. I think I'm at a good place where I can stop. Because great art is never finished. only abandoned.